Hi, and welcome back to Musicians Edition. Practice with me for flute. I'm your teacher, Risa, and today we're working in the Rubank Advanced Method Volume 1 for flute. And today we're on page 9, okay? So we're continuing on the F major studies, and then we're moving on to the D minor, okay? So this is still kind of continuing on from last week's. Or last time, I guess it's not last week, but whatever. All right, so let's go ahead and start and look at 21 thirds. And this, sure enough, all we're doing is moving in thirds. This is a really great exercise, and this is one that you should do very often. So let's go ahead and work at it. All right, so F major means we have one flat. All right, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Alrighty, there we go. Most people will miss the E natural on that one, so remember that it's E natural. If you missed it, mark it in. All right, let's use the metronome to get a little more precise. Oop, I was working on something very fast last time. Okay, let's see. What did we do? Let's do. All right, so let's go a little bit faster. Let's try for 92. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alrighty, there we go. I'm not going to make us do this a billion times, okay? It is your job to continue to speed this up. Now, if at any point this was too fast, slow it down, take it note by note, get it under your fingers, and then start speeding it up. Right, so on and so forth. So you can work your way to the speeds, but slow and steady wins the race. So go to where you're comfortable and then push it faster and faster and faster. Even faster than what we did just now. You want to push it even faster. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at 22 now. Common chord. And this is kind of similar to the thirds, except for we kind of continue moving on. And a lot of chords are made with 1, 3, and 5. Okay, so we have 1, 3, 4, 5. Going 1, 3, 5, okay? So that's what we're going to do here. This is in 6/8 time, still has the 1 flat. All right, I'm gonna count us in with 2 though. 1, 2, play. Okay, ready? Here we go. 1, 2. There we go. So hopefully these feel pretty comfortable to you too. And a lot of the exercises we kind of did in the intermediate book kind of set us up for this. So this should feel fairly easy, okay? So when it's feeling easy, we need to speed it up. Let's use the metronome this time, okay? Let's see. We'll try it at this one. All right, here we go. Ready? 1, 2. All right, there we go. So that felt pretty fast, didn't it? So once again, if that was too fast, slow it down, speed it up. Do it note by note if you need to, just to get where your fingers are and to comprehend what you're looking at. Then use your metronome and get it down precise. Okay, let's go on to 23 now. Dominant 7, okay? The dominant 7th is just the 7th in the scale that wants to resolve into that octave note, okay? So this is still in the 6/8 time here. We'll take this slow without the metronome first because it looks messier, though it's really not. It's still moving, as you can see, it's moving up 1, 3, 5, and then comes down 5, 3, 1, okay? All right, so here we go. 1, 2. There we go. So you could see that still has very similar patterns. Sometimes it's just, you know, we're repeating a note or we're starting somewhere different and still working that up there, okay? But this still should have felt pretty fun. Let's use the let's use the metronome. To be a little more precise, I'll slow this down a little bit. Let's see. All right, I do want to move it up a little bit faster. So when it comes to 6/8 time, because my metronome can only do like 4s, I still put it on 2/4, and you know, just when to come in on those beats still. So, you know, comes in on F and then C. All right, so I'm doing 72 here. All right, here we go. Ready? 1, 2. Alrighty, there we go. So same thing with that one. You want to find where you're comfortable at and master that, and then start speeding it up, okay? I want you to still even go faster than what we do here today, pretty much for any of our lessons here today now. I want you to speed this up. But let's go on to a 24. We're going on to the D minor scale, and we're looking at the D minor scale because D minor is the relative pair to F major. And that means we're sharing the same key signature. So you can see F major has the 1 flat, B flat. D minor has the same key, so it also has the 1 flat, the D flat. Okay? This exercise is going to go through the 3 minor scales here. We're going to go through the natural, the harmonic, and the melodic. Okay? So as you can see, the natural minor, we're not adding any accidentals. It is what it is with whatever we have in the key signature. The harmonic, we now raise the 7th, okay? And that kind of brings a little more tension on. And then we have the melodic, which raises the 6th and the 7th note going up, but coming back down, it's like the natural minor. All right, so let's go ahead and give this a try. We'll get to hear and see what the difference is, even though we've done it in previous ones. This is just now D minor with the same kind of sounding thing. All right, let's go ahead and play. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent job. So you can hear the difference there. Natural sounds pretty. Natural, minor. Kind of reminds me of like a deserty sound, Saudi Arabia kind of thing. Maybe something from Aladdin. Okay, a melodic's a little harder to distinguish because that B natural and that C sharp kind of offset a little bit to me. So it feels a little more natural. And then it still feels natural towards the end. So in my opinion, melodic's a little harder to distinguish. But you know, the more you hear it, the more you play it, the more you start recognizing it. Let's play again. This time we'll put our metronomes on just to be a little more precise. Okay, I'm not gonna kill us with tempo. It's your job to speed it up. So we'll do 92. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alrighty, and there we have the D minor scales. All right, now we're going to be practicing the D minor scales a little bit more, but just with different patterns. So on to 25, okay? So this looks a little scary, I know, but it's just like a lot of our previous exercises, so not a big deal, okay? We have coconut going right into 16ths, hanging on the quarter, right? So all we're doing is just making that first note a little longer, okay? Then not longer than the quarter, but longer than the 16th, okay? And we're going to tongue the whole time, and we have our dynamics of going louder and then louder, as you can see, louder simile, okay? So that's what we're going to do until the second half descending, then we're going to decrescendo. The good news is that when we go up, we naturally want to get louder anyway, so it should feel pretty natural to do those dynamic markings. All right, so let's go ahead and give this a try. Still the one flat, excuse me. Still the one flat, and now we're in 3/4. All right, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Alrighty, excellent job. So, going up, which minor scale did we play? We played the melodic minor because we had the 6th and the 7th raised, a half step. Coming back down, which minor scale did we play? Well, it still could be considered the melodic or the natural, okay? So, I'm pretty sure this was all supposed to just be the melodic scale workings. Let's do it again. We'll put the metronome on just to try to be a little more precise. That's kind of where we're at now. So we are in a 3/4 now. And we'll just take this to 80. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Alrighty, excellent job. That's as fast as we're going to take that today, but I want you to speed that up, okay? And really pay attention to the B naturals and sharps. That can really throw you off, especially if you're pushing speed, probably faster than what you should be doing. So remember to slow it down, then speed it up. I know I say it a lot, but it's so true. All right.
This lesson is brought to you by the Musician's Edition practice book. Make goals and keep track of progress throughout the whole year. When you're done with this video lesson, don't forget to mark this practice time in your Musician's Edition practice book. Now back to the video.
Now let's take a look at our last one for today, thirds. Okay, this is just going to be moving in thirds, part of our arpeggios, all right? So let's go ahead and do this. Here we go, back to 4/4-2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alrighty, there we go. That C sharp and D can be a little challenging there at the end. You just gotta watch that pinky, so it might be helpful. And if you need to, you can cut the pinky on that E natural there. You can cut the pinky from it if it's causing you too much problems to go here, here, up. Okay, you can keep it up. And that might help you. Okay, I suggest trying to learn how to do both, because sometimes sometimes it is beneficial to have the pinky down. You never know with other pieces, etudes, whatever. I think it's important to work on both so you can get comfortable with both. And one you'll like work much faster, but one can kind of like catch up a little bit and you can get more pinky strength if you keep working at it. So do both. All right, let's put our metronomes on just to make sure we're a little more precise here. Okay, we'll keep this to 80. Here we go, ready? 1, 2, whoop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alrighty, and there we have it for today. Just make sure, same thing with that one, keep working it faster and faster and faster. All right, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know down in the comments. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit like, notify, and subscribe so you don't miss any of our practices. Thanks for joining, and until next time.